In a matter of hours, Pope Francis will land here in the U.S. The Pope recently took off from Santiago, Cuba, and is scheduled to land at Joint Base Andrews at 4 p.m. Eastern. Pope Francis even carried some of his own luggage as he boarded the plane. There you see him holding his luggage there in his hands. He'll be greeted in Washington by President Obama and the First Lady when his plane touches down. And when he gets there, the Pope will spend 2 days in the nation's capital before visiting New York Thursday and Philadelphia on Saturday. Chip Reid joins us now with more on the Pope's historic visit. Hi, Chip.
Well, hi, Vlad. Well, behind me is the Apostolic Nunciature. That is basically the Vatican Embassy in Washington, D.C. That is where he will be staying the 2 nights he's in Washington, D.C. Now, one piece of good news for him, we've been told that the first level is very elegant, but the upper levels where he'll be staying a bit more modest, and of course that's what he likes. He is a man of very simple taste. Let me show you over here what's going on. You've got Secret Service agents getting ready for their duties later today. You also have Jersey barriers. They're putting a Jersey wall all the way up the middle of Massachusetts Avenue. On this side will be the restricted area. The other side, behind another fence over there, is where people will be able to come here and hopefully get a peek at the Pope. Now, I tell you, he is 78 years old, but you would never know it. He has boundless energy. His schedule is packed. Tomorrow morning, first, he meets with President Obama at the White House. Then he speaks in English, not his native language, but in English to about 15 or 20,000 people on the White House lawn. So another highlight, with lots of other activities in between, is that he'll go to the Basilica of the National Shrine, where he will do a mass in Spanish to about 25,000 people. And then on Thursday is that big speech to Congress where he'll talk about some controversial issues ranging from abortion to immigration. Some issues he's in line with Democrats, some in line with Republicans. And one of the big questions is whether people are going to clap, and if it's going to be like the State of the Union, where you have the Democrats applauding some things like immigration and global warming, and Republicans applauding other things like abortion and traditional families. Vlad?
Yeah, it should be very fascinating, Chip. In fact, after he delivers that address to Congress, he's going to get on a plane and come here to New York City and then deliver Mass at St. Patrick's Cathedral. So what is the security like where you are, Chip?
Well, right now it's hard to tell. It's kind of guys all milling around, but I can tell you, there are a lot of people here. It's a lot of security, fences everywhere, and of course, as we're always told, there's a lot of security we don't see. So take whatever you see and double or triple it. I now see a number of Secret Service agents coming over here with German Shepherds and Belgian Malinois. So the canine patrols are on duty too. And I also saw some police officers on horseback. Vlad?
Chip, I got to ask you before I let you go, what is the White House hoping to gain from Pope Francis' visit? The Pope certainly aligns with President Obama on some issues, for example, climate change. On others, there are some divisive issues that are facing not just Catholics, but all Americans here. What is the White House hoping to get?
Well, I think the White House and Democrats generally are hoping that he does make a big deal out of immigration and climate change. I mean, everybody knows where the Pope and all popes in history have stood on abortion and traditional families. So they don't expect to make have him say anything different there. But it was surprising to a lot of people how strong a position he took on climate change and on immigration and on opening up Cuba. And so certainly they would love to hear him say things that would support their position and perhaps convince some Americans to agree with them.
Chip Reid, thank you so much, Chip. We appreciate it.